Matt, Halo is back, mate. It's back. This is it. This is old school Halo. This is what 4 should have been and 5 should have been. This feels a lot like 3 and a lot like 2. It just feels like the good old days. Of course, I'm talking about the Halo Infinite technical test that went on over the weekend.
Of course.
Which I put some hours into, mate, and I really, really enjoyed it.
So
thoroughly.
What you're saying is, does it feel like Bungie Halo again for the first time since Bungie?
It does. And do you know why?
No, I don't.
Because
tell me.
I feel like they've just gone back to basics.
Yeah.
Like, because the problem that I found with the other Halos, like 4 and 5, they tried to get too complicated. Like, the jetpacks and stuff like that. And
it always felt like they were trying to play catch up with other games, stuff like Call 100%. Of Duty and things like that, when, Halo set the groundwork for all those games, and there wasn't enough confidence, was there, to like stick to their guns.
No,
stick to their guns, eh?
Exactly. And now they've actually gone back. So everything. So what I love about Halo is it's a lot more slow paced than your Call of Duties, right?
Yeah.
The time to kill is a lot higher. Your movement speed isn't as quick. Like in Halo 4 and 5, when you'd run around, you'd be rapid. Yeah. In this, you're only a slight little bit quicker when you're sprinting. So I feel like they've always taken it back to Halo 2 when Halo and 3, I think, where there was no sprint.
Yeah, that was 3 as well.
Yeah.
Is it basically like a psychological sprint then, almost?
Maybe.
So you feel like you're moving forward. Nice win there.
Yeah, not too bad. But so that was the first map. That was the live fire.
Yeah.
This is Behemoth. So there's some vehicles on this. I had just so much fun just splatting everyone.
It's that really big sort of like floaty jump that I'm seeing a lot that's making it really look like old school Halo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like everyone's jumping, everyone's shooting.
Yeah.
Like there's the new thing that people are now crouch shooting, which I haven't seen in a Halo. So that's a new thing. It just it feels like pure Halo, like back to the good old days. Everything just controls great and just
the maps look really like big and chunky as well in that sort of classic Halo way. Like you can see enemies from like miles across the screen here, can't you? And really sort of go for it.
This is kind of the beauty. There were 4 maps, and all 4 maps are very different. This is the more open one that you're talking about. This one's got the vehicles.
Nice.
Then you had the last one, which was I got too greedy there, Matt. I stayed in when I should have got out. I was like, I've got another minute or so, and now he's going to get his revenge on me. Or is he though? Or is he? No, he's not.
Yes.
But yeah, so this is like your big open one. Live fire's like your kind of semi-open one with some corridors through the middle, and then which one? As recharge is like kind of like an internal, like one of their traditional
close quarters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you've got Bazaar, which feels a little bit like everything. It's got the open. It's basically a big market, obviously, with the name.
Yes, yeah.
But it feels like it's been inspired by the likes of like CS:GO. Like, it reminds me of Dust.
Nice.
Also, this guy, what's he doing? The one thing you do when somebody's in a vehicle, right, is you don't jump, because when you jump in Halo, that person knows where you're going to land.
Yeah, you can line up the shot.
Just exactly, yeah.
How do the vehicles feel to use?
Yeah, exactly the same, mate. Honestly, it's like I feel like they haven't changed in a good way in 10 years. So I'm still nipping round with a Ghost. Same with the Warthogs. Like they've kept that experience pure.
Nice.
The thing that I did have to get used to though was the weapon placements.
Okay.
They're on the walls.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't notice that until like an hour in. I was like, oh shit. So everybody's running around with all these like shotguns and stuff, and I'm like, where did they get them from?
Just running around with a pistol, just desperately trying to...
Yeah. But weirdly, so the pistol's great, as always, the Magnum, fantastic. Yeah. But the assault rifle, for the first time in a long time, I feel actually like the assault rifle, like the weapon you start with, is actually a decent weapon.
Oh, that's good, man.
Like, I was actually getting loads of kills with it, so...
So everything feels fairly well balanced then.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they've got so much of like Halo's history to pull on, don't they? Like they can go back into all of those old games and see what made them work. And this feels like for the first time in a while that they're just doing that, doesn't it? Like, rather than trying to keep pushing it forward in a way that maybe, you know, fans don't like and stuff like that, they've just gone, what made the best Halo the best Halo?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's got your abilities, so obviously 2 didn't, and 3 did. 3 had, like, the bubble shield and stuff like that,
yes,
like, if you remember. Was it the ground pound as well, where you punch the ground and if a vehicle drove into you, they'll explode? Like, obviously, they're not in these, but there are different variations. There are. The grapple that you start with as well. So there is a little bit of, like... also, the old school noob combo still works, though. I wanted to test that out. So, like... Nice. But yeah, there are still some new ideas in there, but the core gameplay feels like old school Halo, which is what I grew up on, which is what I've always wanted, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's why you got an Xbox, right?
Yeah, it's why I run an Xbox site, to be honest.
The game that made XboxAchievements.com. That's an impressive thing, and for that to be living up for Halo Infinite to be living up to that sort of standard is pretty high praise coming from you.
Well, yeah, to be fair, though, like XboxAchievements.com would probably have started or existed without me, but I wouldn't have been doing it.
Exactly, that's a very good point. You wouldn't have the Dan Webb at XboxAchievements.com.
No, but also there's all the shit that we went through to make it to XboxAchievements.com, which is a different story for a different day. But I'm sure I've told everyone anyway.
That's for another time, I imagine. Less Halo-y time. That's my fault. I brought it up. That's on me.
16-year history. But like you got Overshield as well. I've just picked up the Overshield. This is Strongholds, because there were 3 game types. So Capture the Flag, which you just saw, Slayer, which we've seen a lot of, and then Strongholds, which is, I'm pretty sure it used to be called Territories.
Okay.
I don't know why they changed the name of that. But this is my one massive criticism of the game, right?
Go for it.
We are blues, right?
Yeah.
And there are people in my team that have red armor.
Oh, that's very weird.
Yeah, so but they have a blue outline to signify that they're part of your team. But when you're in the thick of a fight, it gets very confusing. And I think this is where it gets confusing now, right? There's one of them, but then that guy at the back, he's got a red outfit on, red armor on.
That is really weird.
So now I'm like, which one's the bad guy? And they're both on my team.
So that's a really weird. That's just a really weird design choice, because you would just expect them to just be, you know, coloured in the colour that you're playing as. Yeah,
100%. But clearly, what they've gone for here, right, is they've gone for we want people to be able to customise their looks. Yeah. But now they haven't really thought customise every little bit about your armour. Fantastic, but don't change the fucking colours. Like, if you're having red versus blue, which is Halo, red versus blue.
Yeah.
Like, don't have somebody on your team who has a blue outline but red armor. I mean,
at the very least, just take red out of the consideration. Because,
absolutely.
A game like Rocket League, you can sort of adjust. If you're red, you can be like pink all the way to like red and orange, and if you're blue, you can also be green. But you never get the same on either side. It's something like that would have worked, but if that's your biggest criticism, I mean, things are looking pretty good for Halo Infinite, and like you say, by all accounts, this seems like it's old school Halo. But what if you're not like a big Halo fan? What if this is your first Halo? Do you think it still sort of works in that sense, or would people struggle to come off like other FPS games?
No, I feel like, look, Call of Duty, Battlefield, like they're all kind of quick time to kill games.
Yeah,
this is a lot more strategic because of how long it takes to kill someone. You can get in a battle for like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and hitting each other for 2 or 3 seconds, and you have to kind of juke them and move around the map, and then kind of back up your teammates. Like I just genuinely feel like there is no other kind of experience like this. I mean, there are, because like Splitgate.
I was going to say,
yeah. But this is the original experience, and they brought it back. It runs smooth. There's loads of kind of cool ideas, but it does feel. It feels like Halo, but Halo to me doesn't feel old. Like if you pick up Halo 2 and Halo 3 now in the Master Chief Collection, they just feel like different first-person shooters.
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing to them these days is Destiny, right? Because it's Bungie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but that's got such a wide focus, I'd say, Destiny. Whereas this is much more narrow, isn't it? We're getting a proper, we're getting a Halo campaign, and that's where a lot of the more of the change seems to be. You've got this big sort of open world to move through, but it's still mission based. But it seems like with the multiplayer, they've gone, all our innovations in the single player here. You got new stuff like you say, the grapple hook, which seems like a really cool.
And there are other ones as well. There's like shields that you can drop and stuff like that. I don't think they're all in the technical tests.
No,
but there are only a few. And there's like the big shield. There's the grapple. There was like I actually don't know what it is, but I got killed with it once. It's like almost like I think it's called a reflector or something like that. It pushes people away or reflects shots. I actually don't know, but I used it once in the middle of a firefight and I got killed with it. So, and I imagine there's like more in the final version. This isn't everything.
It's the return of grenades as well. That's what I'm loving. That's what I'm seeing here.
It's just loads of spam, mate.
Yeah, spamming grenades into corridors. Yeah, no, it's very, very nostalgic watching this. Because full disclosure, I didn't have an Xbox 360, but one of my closest mates did, and I spent a lot of time around his playing online split screen, or we'd get 4 people round for a bit of 2-on-2 and stuff like that. And this does sort of, I don't remember what Halo 3 looks like. This is Halo 3 as far as my brain's concerned. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you put them side by side, this game would look a lot more modern. You'd see all the differences. But in my mind, it's exactly like this, and that's really interesting. The fact they managed to capture that, you got to hope they're sort of pleasing everyone here, don't you? Like,
yeah, for sure. Like, and you're right. Like, you could be watching this, but obviously the graphics, and it's 4K and it's 60 FPS and it's fantastic. But like, if you just kind of stripped it down to its bare thing, it looks like an old school kind of Halo map, and it plays out like an old school Halo game. Everyone's battling for the overshield, the power weapons, like that's what makes Halo to me. That everybody starts on an even playing field, and you have to pick up. Like, this is the Destiny thing we're talking about. Destiny is like, what gun have you spent 30 hours to unlock, and what class are you? Whereas this is like level playing field. Everybody goes in with the same thing. You have to pick up stuff, the better weapons. You have to work together. This is like, this is almost kind of stripping everything back, and this is the purest form of the FPS in my eyes.
And it's going to be free to play, which is mental when you think about it. Like,
I keep forgetting about that.
I know. When you think about how successful Halo multiplayer has always been, and that you're having to buy a £60 game for that, $60 title, and you've seen the success of Splitgate. Obviously, Splitgate has its Portals thing. Anyone who doesn't know Splitgate, it's a shooter that has portals, but it plays very much like Halo in every other way.
It sounds like it looks like it's got a battle rifle like it.
And like that has seen so much success, and there's a weird outcry in Splitgate being like, oh, you should have a mode without the portals, and it's like, well, you don't need that. You're going to have a Halo Infinite soon. And that's just so this could, it'll be interesting to see what this does to the FPS online landscape. How people migrate over,
because like Call of Duty in games like that, right? You can catch somebody off guard, and that's it. You lose a fight. But in Halo, you don't necessarily have to be the first to engage. Yeah, you can still win a battle if you're clever, and if you're a little bit savvy with how you use the environment, and so because of the time to kill, it just makes everything a little bit more tactical and a little less not luck based, because obviously people who know the maps inside out and study this shit will be in the right place at the right time. But this, I just feel like
this gives
you more of a chance.
It's less reliant on reaction times, isn't it? So
100%. Yeah,
we're getting on a little bit, Dan. We're not the the young chickens. What am I trying to say? We're not
spring chickens.
Spring chicken. That's the one I'm looking for. That we used to be, and going to anything like Apex Legends or Call of Duty, and I just can't play as well as what I could when I was 14. Because I'm playing against 14-year-olds.
I held my own throughout throughout this weekend, so that is a good sign for everyone. What we'll do though, Matt, is next week we'll come back, same time pretty much, and we'll do the big team battle stuff, which goes live this weekend. So keep an eye out for that, folks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.